Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we cut through the noise to get you well informed, fast. Today we're tackling a really big question. Building versus buying your dream home. Especially now, with land prices rising, materials getting expensive, labor. It's tough. Which way actually makes more sense? So we're doing a deep dive into our sources, trying to pull out the key insights for you to make a better decision. We'll unpack the pros, the cons, what's happening in the market.
Yeah, it sounds simple, build or buy, but it's really not. What's fascinating here is just how personal this decision is, and obviously how huge it is financially for anyone thinking about where they live. Hopefully this deep dive will bring some clarity by, really breaking down the options.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's start with building. What makes building your own place so appealing? I mean, beyond just having something new.
Well, first off, the customization. That's huge, right? You get exactly what you want. The layout, the lighting, the kitchen finishes, everything. It's your vision.
Exactly. Your design brought to life without compromises you might inherit in an older place. And then there's the materials. You know it's going into it. You've got the assurance of quality, hopefully, no hidden problems from previous owners or poor upkeep.
That's a big one. Peace of mind about the structure itself.
Plus, energy efficiency. You can build that in from the start.
Right. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, building really lets you lean into sustainability if that's important to you. You can plan for things like solar panels from day one, not as an afterthought, maybe rainwater harvesting, better insulation, things that maybe save money long term, but also align with, bigger goals.
Reduces your footprint a bit.
Precisely. And it's not just about saving on bills, though that's nice. It's about future-proofing, maybe against rising energy costs too. And honestly, there's that pride, isn't there? That feeling of, I built this. That emotional value is pretty unique.
Yeah, that satisfaction, saying, I made this happen, my vision. That sounds powerful. But, doesn't building often come with a massive amount of stress? Managing contractors, delays, budget spiraling.
Oh, absolutely. That's the flip side, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The process itself can be incredibly demanding. It can test your patience, your wallet, even your relationships sometimes. So this raises an important question, really. How much is that total customization worth to you? Is it worth navigating that potential stress and financial uncertainty? Or does the convenience of buying win out?
That's a perfect transition because, for a lot of people, the thought of managing a build is, it's a non-starter.
Yeah.
So here's where it gets really interesting when we look at buying a ready-made home. The biggest plus, probably immediate possession.
Right. You find a place, you close the deal, you move in.
Yeah.
Relatively fast, usually.
Exactly. No waiting months or, goodness, years for construction. No dealing with unpredictable contractors, weather delays.
Skip all that drama.
And the costs are generally fixed, right? What you agree to pay is, pretty much what you pay.
Mostly. I mean, you still have closing costs, maybe some minor repairs or desired changes, but the big number is known upfront. You avoid those nightmare scenarios of the budget doubling halfway through the build. Much more financial predictability.
Less stress, too. I mean, think of all the things you don't have to do.
Exactly. No chasing permits, no endless meetings about tile choices, no constant site visits.
Which eats up so much time.
It really does. And another big plus, established neighborhoods. Often when you buy, you're moving into a place where the roads are already paved, schools are nearby, shops exist.
The infrastructure's already there. You're not waiting for the developer to finish the park or the city to connect to the main water line.
Correct. It's all up and running. That maturity offers a certain stability.
When you talk about established neighborhoods, that makes me think there's a kind of hidden value there, isn't there? I mean, beyond just having a paved road, what else comes with that established feel?
That's a great point. Look, you're buying into an existing community fabric. You can often get a feel for the neighborhood vibe immediately. You know where the local coffee shop is, how good the schools actually are based on reputation, maybe transit links. It's less of a gamble compared to moving into a brand new development where the community feel is still, forming, less guesswork involved.
Right. You know what you're getting into, more or less. Okay, so we've got these pros and cons in theory. But what does this all mean on the ground, especially in places facing specific pressures? Let's bring this into focus. Think about the current market trends, maybe somewhere like Nepal in the big cities.
Yeah, that's a really interesting context.
In places like Kathmandu, Pokhara, Ferozpur, building from scratch has some serious hurdles right now. Finding suitable land in the core areas, it's scarce and expensive.
Very difficult. Land scarcity is a huge driver.
Then you've got the rising cost of materials, cement, steel, everything. Plus, finding skilled labor isn't easy either.
And the costs just keep creeping up, it seems.
And don't forget the bureaucracy, getting municipal approvals. That can be incredibly slow, lots of potential delays.
Absolutely. The red tape can be a significant bottleneck. What's fascinating here is seeing how these very local dynamics really shift the build versus buy calculation. So while building faces those challenges you mentioned, we're also seeing a rise in professional developers stepping in. They're offering well-built homes, often designed to be earthquake resistant, which is crucial there.
Right, that's a big factor.
And often at competitive prices. They handle the land, the build, the approvals. It's a package deal.
Yeah.
This provides a really compelling alternative for people who might otherwise have thought about building themselves.
Okay, let's put some rough numbers on this, just as an example based on what we've seen in the sources. Say you buy land in Kathmandu for 50 lakhs. That's 5 million Nepali rupees. Then you spend another, let's say, 80 lakhs, 8 million rupees to build your house. That brings you to a total of 1.3 crore, or 13 million rupees. But in some cases, you might find ready-made homes, from these developers perhaps, available for around 1.2 crore, 12 million. And crucially, with all facilities included.
Right. And the all facilities included part is key.
It seems like a saving up front, doesn't it? 1.2 versus 1.3 crore.
It does, but the value comparison is even deeper than just the headline number. All facilities included often means things like flooring, paint, kitchen cabinets, bathroom fixtures, maybe even basic landscaping. It's all done.
Stuff you'd have to pay extra for and manage yourself if you were building.
Exactly. Plus, utilities are usually connected and ready. Water, electricity. You just move in. Think about the time saved, the hassle avoided, not having to coordinate plumbers, electricians, painters.
Weeks, maybe months of work and stress.
For sure. So that slightly lower price for the ready-made home, it might actually represent significantly more value when you factor in everything that's included, plus your own time and sanity.
Okay, so it's a complex. How does someone listening, how do you actually make this choice? We've pulled together some key factors to consider, maybe thinking a bit deeper than the usual checklist. First, do you already own land? And if you do, what's the opportunity cost of tying up that capital during a long build? Could it be working harder elsewhere?
That's a good point. It's not just if you own it, but what else could that asset be doing?
Second, honestly assess your time and, frankly, your temperament. Do you really have the bandwidth and the personality to manage a huge, complex project like a house build?
Yeah, it takes a certain kind of person, or at least a lot of dedication.
Third, unexpected costs and delays. They happen a lot. Are you prepared for that financially and emotionally? Or is budget certainty incredibly important for your peace of mind?
How comfortable are you with ambiguity?
Fourth, customization. How vital is it, really? Is getting 90% of what you want in an existing house good enough? Or do you absolutely need every single detail exactly your way?
Be honest with yourself about how much those small details matter in the long run.
And finally, if you're leaning towards buying, how much homework have you done on the builder? Do you trust their quality, their reputation? Have you looked at their previous projects? Spoken to other homeowners?
Due diligence is critical there. Don't just trust the glossy brochure.
Right.
Thinking about these points really forces you to align the decision with your own capacity, your priorities. This raises an important question. What are you optimizing for? Is it creative control? Is it speed and convenience? Financial security? Are you someone who wants to conduct the orchestra directing every little detail? Or are you happy to find a beautiful symphony that's already playing and just enjoy it? Knowing that about yourself is crucial.
So true. Ultimately, look, there isn't one right answer for everyone. It's not build is better or buy is better.
No simple formula.
But maybe a distilled rule of thumb based on everything we've discussed. Build. If you really crave that control, that deep personalization, and you have the resources, time, money, patience to manage the process, buy. If convenience, speed, and predictable costs are your top priorities and you want to minimize stress.
That sums it up pretty well. And if we connect this to the bigger picture one last time, the absolute final step for you, the listener, has to be a really honest look at your specific budget, your realistic timeline, and your long-term plans. Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, 20 years? How does this housing decision fit into that bigger life picture? That personal analysis is more important than any general advice.
Couldn't agree more. So that leaves one final thought for you to ponder after this deep dive. What do you think? Knowing what you know now about the trade-offs, the market quirks, the personal factors, would you rather take on the challenge of building your unique dream home from the ground up? Or find the value and ease in buying a place that's already standing ready for you. Something to think about based on your own life, your